The NFL's most underpaid players. The list may surprise you. Now, this is via Huffington Post. I believe National Football Post as well. So, to be considered, here's the formula. To be considered, a player had to be eligible to renegotiate his contract under the NFL's CBA. The likes of Richard Sherman, J.J. Watt, and Russell Wilson were not in the list because they can't sign new deals till the end of their third year, which is rookie contracts. Yes, so, firstly, we start with Jimmy Graham, the 2010 draftee out of third-round pick. I thought it was a third round. Wasn't sure if it was third or fourth. Third-round pick out of the University of Miami. Barely even played football until he started playing football with the Saints, and absolutely killing it right now. He is set to make he signed a 4-year deal worth $824,535.
That was his rookie deal, right?
That was his rookie deal.
Right.
It expires after the season, so he's probably going to get the franchise tag. And Rob Gronkowski leads tight ends being paid 6 years, $54 million, $18.7 mil guaranteed. As of right now, obviously with the injury, I would take Jimmy Graham. But if they were both healthy, let me ask you this, and then we'll get to Jimmy Graham. Who would you take? Both healthy.
That's a good question. I think it depends on the system. Jimmy Graham, he can't block. Gronkowski can't block. Jimmy Graham is a bigger offensive threat downfield. So I think it depends. Me personally, I would take Gronk. Listen, Jimmy Graham is going to get paid. And he's going to get paid, I think, probably more than Gronk. The interesting thing about Jimmy Graham, though, is he's going to get franchise tag. You're right.
Yes.
I think that's kind of inevitable. Is whether he's going to file a grievance so that he's considered a wide receiver.
Interesting. Gronkowski, as we indicated, the number one tight end.
Understand.
And here it is right now.
Justifiably so.
Rob Gronkowski, number one. Jason Witten, number two. This is by total value. Vernon Davis, Antonio Gates, and amazingly, not that he's bad, but Jared Cook is 1, 2, 3, 4. He's the fifth one down. Yeah. Tom Brady is also taking a hometown discount, you could say. He certainly did this when Randy Moss came over so they could sign Randy Moss, and now he's doing it once again. He freed up $8 million for the Patriots. 5 years, $57 million, $33 mil guaranteed for Tom Brady. I believe we have the top paid quarterbacks, and Tom Brady is on that list. Jimmy Graham was not. Tom Brady is. There he is, highlighted. The top paid as of right now, Joe Flacco, Aaron Rodgers, Tony Romo, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Philip Rivers, and Ben Roethlisberger.
There you go.
Dave, what do you think?
I mean, I think Tom Brady has the luxury of being married to the highest paid model in the world. Yeah. And I think he's an ultra competitive guy who wants to give his team every advantage he can. And by doing this, they have cap space to sign other people.
So he's making himself a little underpaid
Gronkowski
for the good.
I mean, you think if there's a realistic possibility if Brady had signed an Aaron Rodgers, Joe Flacco contract, they wouldn't have been able to sign Gronkowski and that other gentleman that I mentioned earlier, who were obviously priorities for the team and for Belichick.
Dez Bryant is set to become the first Cowboy receiver with 90 catches and 1,200 yards. It looks like yards. He is certainly, it seems like, going to be one of those, or one of a kind at least. Now, let's pull up the NFL wide receivers very quickly if we can, guys. He is set to make in 2013 $1.8 million, which means he is not on this list. Incredibly underpaid. I would take him over, I would say over 97% of that list. If you leave out Calvin Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald, and Andre Johnson, those are all toss-ups. I take him over Andre Johnson, obviously. Larry Fitzgerald just doesn't have a quarterback that can get him the ball. I think he can absolutely be dynamic. He is set to make in 2014 $2.03 million. Yeah. By the way, some receivers that are paid more than him: Nate Washington, Nate Burleson, Josh Morgan, Santana Moss, Antonio Holmes, Devon Bess.
Well, I mean, it's important to know he's also still on his rookie contract. And GMs are very hesitant. They draw these contracts out until the very end. I think you're right. I think.
Well, they had questions about his attitude.
Yeah, exactly, which is why he didn't sign an enormous rookie contract to begin with. Look, I put him in the second tier. I think there's the Calvin Johnsons. Guy who's not on that list is AJ Green, who will be on that list.
Yeah. Good call.
And the Fitzgerald, if you want to put him up there. I put him in the Demaryius Thomas, Victor Cruz category. And those guys get paid. Yeah. I mean, you saw the most recent one of those contracts,
Victor Cruz.
Mike Wallace and Victor Cruz.
Mike Wallace.
Dez Bryant's going to make that kind of money. There's no doubt. I don't think he's going to make significantly more than Victor Cruz or Mike Wallace.
I think he will. I think he's going to make more than Victor Cruz. He's shown that he's better than Victor Cruz.
I think you're actually. Let me rephrase. He's not going to make significantly more than that Mike Wallace contract because that kind of set the market. And I don't think anybody would argue that Mike Wallace is a better receiver than Dez Bryant at this point.
Because he's not.
Because he's not.
Demaryius Thomas is also on this list. He is in the 4th year of a 5-year contract worth $12.155 million. Will he be paid, do you think, more than...
Yeah, he will. And his
I was going to say
value-
more than Dez Bryant, but I can't see that as well.
I think it's going to be around the same. But the problem with that situation is that they also have to pay Eric Decker, who is right there as well, who's also... I don't know
They
if
don't
he
have to
signed a
pay
big
him as
contract.
much as Demaryius
No,
Thomas.
they don't, but they have to pay them. They also have Peyton Manning's enormous contract. They're gonna have to pay Von Miller.
Yeah.
One of those guys isn't gonna make it. One of them is gonna become a free agent, and it's not gonna be Demaryius Thomas.
The 2 final names, by the way, Julian Edelman signed a 1-year, $765,000 contract as of right now, as we film this right now. He is 3rd in the NFL in receptions. And Brandon Browner, who played many years in the Canadian Football League, he is set to make, he signed a 3-year, averaging $415,000 per year. He's 6'4", 221 pounds. He is probably going to be let go, unfortunately, because they have to pay Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas.
He's gonna get a fat contract.